part 2 for all my new subscribers and the ones that yet to come. I greatly appreciate y'all. So obviously y'all rock with me. So let's get this great debate. Let's keep it rare, real, raw, respectful, uncut, and cute. For the ones that don't, you missed out. 21 gun salute. Now don't come for me. Go for God, because he created me in his image. He created me to see and hear things the way that I do. Go for the Bible, right? Now, as I seen them assassinating Malcolm X, and I even knew from doing research that the reason why the man only shot one of the hit men and killed Malcolm X because he was a police officer, okay? And when they undercover, they can't kill, right? Excuse me. So I knew that the police was in on it. But this is a trained officer. So he know how to identify all 4 of these shooters. And I don't remember hearing anybody got assassinated but Malcolm X. So you all know they were some trained shooters, right? And you can't go up in the Nation of Islam and kill nobody else. And kill nobody like that. Not even Malcolm X, unless you're in on it. You know, so I knew that beady-eyed demon had killed Malcolm X. And then Razzle Dazzle sits up there. The Nation of Islam did not kill Malcolm X lying. He spit that truth, but that Razzle Dazzle be up here lying from the pits of hell. And then he got into a debate with some dude, and he was letting, and we heard out of Malcolm X's mouth that the Nation of Islam had put about 25 hits on, not 25, a couple of, the Nation of Islam was trying to kill him. This man want to fight him for talking about the demonic force Farrakhan. You know, anytime somebody have you in a cult-like control robotic state, that's not of God. That's not how God operates. That's demonic, right? So it's not shocking that the demonic force Elijah Muhammad died of cancer, and now the demonic force Farrakhan died of cancer. Same spirit, right? So, or he has cancer, or, I mean, you know. But I knew from going to that meeting that the Nation of Islam was full of bull crap, okay? I do like the fact that they want you to educate yourself. And they do have a lot of factual stuff that they spit to you. But it's mixed with lies too, okay? Now, back then, they used to call white people blonde-haired, blue-eyed devils, right? That the devil was black first, so they've been lying all along. And then if you go search on Siri, give me the YouTube, like my grandboy said when he was little. It's a picture of that beady-eyed demon with the KKK. And it talks about their relationship. But they didn't have to tell me that because I seen that demon myself, okay? And I knew that the Nation of Islam had killed Malcolm X. But Razzle Dazzle will come on and tell people that Malcolm X is coming back to the Nation of Islam. And this will blow that lie out of the water and back to the pits of hell. They put Malcolm X and his wife and his 4 kids out of a house that he had stayed in for however long he had been with the Nation of Islam. 14 or 18 years. Malcolm X wasn't going back and, put his wife and kids in the street. So that's a lie from the pits of hell. But Razzle Dazzle will come on today and tell everybody that lie. And he lying from the pits of hell. And I see them letting him go everywhere like Charleston White. As long as you can mix the truth with a lie, they will let you get away with anything. And that's wrong. Okay? And I've seen grown men following Charleston White around because they're so blinded by sin that they don't have vision and ears. Because anybody that think that demonic force is a positive anything, you got to be a predator. Okay? That's the only way. You of the devil yourself. You're blind. You have no vision. And you cannot hear. Okay? And you do not have an open, active relationship with God in heaven. Okay? And you need some serious help. Okay? But I've seen several men give this demonic force props like he was really doing God's work. Like they do Farrakhan. All those spiritual religious demons mix in their well, don't they? Right? And it's just like, wow, but God said they're blinded. They have no vision. Okay? They cannot hear. So I'm just here to set the truth free. Don't come for me, go for the Bible, go talk to God about it. And even with a man-made virus, they got a commercial going around, and they're throwing this red ball, man-made red ball, right? Let's just keep it there for YouTube guidelines. And they got these celebrities on their line from the pits of hell, talking about one of them got asthma, one of them overweight, one of them got diabetes, and something else. And they all throwing that man-made red ball around. And they telling people to make sure that they be prepared if they get that man-made red ball that they throwing around, because you don't want to be like them and find out when it's too late. After they sold y'all these dreams because they know y'all are influenced by these celebrities and the people that y'all see on TV, they say that may help. So there go your lawsuit right there in that word may. Okay? So it's just amazing, how people will lie even when they know the truth. Okay? Because it was a doctor that came on from Honduras, and she said, and it was a team of doctors standing behind her. She said, these people need to be ashamed of themselves over here in the U.S., allowing all of y'all to die, because she named the component. She said she treated over 300 patients. Only one of her patients died due to the little red ball, that pink, and somebody else throwing around on their commercial. But it wasn't the direct cause. They snatched her off of the website that I shared her on and said that I shared some content that wasn't true. The reason why the reboot of the internet is happening is because they want to gain control like they do the TV, right? So they started with Facebook because you could barely share anything on there now without them snatching your content and then telling people it's not true, all right? But they all know that that's a lie about that ball that they got them celebrities throwing around from the pits of hell, okay? And this is how God told me to tell people that just can't believe that, these demonic forces lie from the pits of hell, because they do. Excuse me, but yet y'all get up every day, every month, every year, every 4 years, and vote these people in the office and give them control over y'all life, and they ain't told y'all the truth about absolutely nothing, or probably but their names. And you might need to double check and make sure they ain't stole somebody else's identity like they did Jesus, right? But anyway, if I dialed 911 and I said my house was on fire, this is the way that I'm going to explain the red ball that they lying and deceiving many people with, right? With the fire department, I call the fire department and say, fire department, my house is on fire. With the fire department say, well, wait a minute, ma'am. I have to run to the patent and trademark office before I come to your house, so I can get a patent and a trademark on the water and the hose before I put out your fire. No, they wouldn't. If I was laying on an operating table, I ain't on the phone no more, and I had a life-threatening incident, right? I'm on the table. Would my surgeon say, wait a minute, let me go take these tools that I need to save your life with in this surgery to the patent and trademark office and get patent get patent and trademarks on them. No, they wouldn't. So that's the same thing. That's the same thing. Okay? It was a control tactic. This virus was so smart. Now, when I was growing up, I remember having a stomach virus. And they said that it had to run its course. Ever since I was little, everything I've heard about a virus was you couldn't cure a virus. It had to run its course. So I'm like, what? Now they're going to change? Ooh, okay. But this virus was so intelligent. It knew if you went in the right door and came out the left door. As I showed y'all in that commercial that they got going around throwing that ball, when you got asthma, it do. It know if you got diabetes, it know if you're overweight, it know your race, your age, and I think the other one said he was older. How the heck do a virus know all this stuff about humans? Okay? This virus is smarter than any robot or any chip that Elon Musk can come up with. So you mean to tell me this virus know, I guess it knew my eye color, my skin color, my family history. It knew all of it. Really. But, you just got to be careful who and what you allow to entertain you. At one point you could even go outside your house because the virus will know if you was outside. So at the end of the day, God said this stuff is calculated. And I don't believe that the recession is happening and they're 3D printing meat because the mark of the beast is here, right? I believe the reason why these stores are shutting stores and shutting down is because in the new world order, they want a tech world. So what this man-created red ball that you could throw around, okay, throw from person to person, did was let them know that they can do everything in a tech world, okay? Amazon already let them know that they could replace humans with robots because Amazon was working its employees so hard, he had to replace humans with robots. And if you go in the stores, what are they replacing humans with? So I don't think it's due to people not paying attention and you ain't gonna have no food. What you need to learn to do is eat from the earth, okay? Period. Eat from the earth, okay? I believe that things are happening like that red ball that they made, and, they fake gave people that money and they couldn't track down all of that money even though they printed it. It was too many people running too many scams and, they couldn't track down every single person. That's why y'all didn't get that much in income taxes like people thought. Is so they could balance that out with the money that they cannot pinpoint who schemed and scammed for it, okay? So when they raised minimum wage at 8 a.m., everything in the store went up at 8:01 a.m., right? So it was never designed to help you. Never, okay? And Donald Trump proved that when he said he was trying to stimulate the economy, but he give the poor people $1,200 and give the rich people $1.2 million. If he wanted to stimulate that economy, he would have gave it the opposite. He would have gave the poor people the millions. He's a businessman. He know how to flip money. He would have gave them the correct guidance to turn this million into billions like he's known for doing, right? Versus giving them thousands and giving the rich people millions. So it's a system that's well calculated and put into place. Okay? So what God is saying is we are living in the last days. It ain't nothing new up under the sun. Okay? And this stuff is calculated and planned out. Even God has organized rules and regulation, order. Okay? They want the new world order, don't they? So that's how that little red ball could know that you was going in the right door, coming out the left door. Okay? That was not for anything but the creator of that little ball, man, to manipulate and control and lie. And they all knew that that stuff was a lie. But yet and still, they got on TV every day wearing those covers and acting like they getting that stuff put in them and was lying from the pits of hell because they knew everything they needed to know about that stuff. Okay? Everything is planned and calculated. God said it, not me. It's a system that's put in place. God said his people will perish for the lack of knowledge. And I'm not here to judge anybody. And I'm not one to make up anything. I mean, everybody got a past. Ain't nobody perfect. We all done fell short. We all done sin. But if you stay on the path with God, he will make your ways perfect. And it's a lot of things that God is going to reveal to his chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. God said many will come in his name and they be lying. You know, and for me, when I'm trying to find my niche and I'm trying to learn, I'm not here to judge anybody. But when somebody say that they believe in God, like I said, God said, ask what God or how many gods. I want to know what they know, you know, and especially since Adam was created first in God's image, I'm always looking for Adam to teach me as his sibling, you know, not as Eve, okay, not as his Eve. But so when I see them make the false claims, they're no different from the world. And anybody that's claiming to have God and be led by a higher power or whatever they may want to call it, and it's no unity, all it is division, they're not of God. They're of the devil. They're wolf in sheep clothing. I don't care who they are. Okay, I don't care how many followers they got. God is not of division. Okay, God is unity. So, it's like, I am really fed up with these black males on the internet. All they want to do is stir pots like female dogs. All they want to do is be in tune with each other and try to make the false claim that they leaders and, oh, they're better than this one, or they realer and they harder and they're gangster and, oh, he don't play and, oh, he tells the truth and, oh, he lie. It's just like, but they said males are weakened when they're raised by single mothers. But I know all these black men on here that I see couldn't have been raised by no single mothers. These people are feminine. They act like female dogs. And they need deliverance. They need the real God in heaven, the black Jesus, not that Palestinian over here in that man-made Israel, or that white one that they give y'all every year on Christmas, or Google give you, okay? Because it is no unity. It's all division. They cannot stand the fact that they want to be leaders and somebody may want to follow the God in them because that's who they should be following versus them. Till it's just like, what? Who? If you're chosen, you know people are going to want to be like the right spirit that's renewed in you, which is of God, Jesus, the Holy Ghost, one. So you shouldn't have a problem with it. You shouldn't be beating on your chest like you King Kong because you're a natural born leader, ain't you? And you're supposed to be wanting to be like God versus like yourself. You're supposed to be to laid your old ways down and picked up God ways. I don't see none of these men on here doing that. All I see is them following men that will mix the lies with the truth and throw God in between it every now and then. That's all I see. And the single black woman is single because the who don't want her. These suckers don't want themselves. Now, hold on, part 3.